The tools you need, showing you the tools you'll need to change the cam position sensor, and I call it a distributor, but it's the whole system that goes down inside the engine. You'll need a 1/4 inch drive with a 5.5. My old one, the bolts on it were kind of rusty. I had to use a 5 and knock it down on there to get them off, but a 5.5 fits the new one with an extension. You need a 13 millimeter to take off the coil packs, another 13 millimeter 3/8 drive. You can use either one. 1/2 inch drive was for my battery terminal. Flat tip screwdriver. I used this one. I didn't have a long enough one, but you want a wider one to fit down inside where the gear goes down inside the engine. 1/2 inch drive here is for your tensioner belt. I used this little Allen wrench to hold the lock in place. Some people use a bread tie, mechanics wire, a toothpick, anything to fit in the little hole. This is just a tiny little Allen wrench on the existing one. My new one did not have the hole, and I'm going to show you. It's pretty cool. The new one came with what I called like a dummy proof cap. Anyways, that's all the tools you'll need to do this job. I had this in reference of length. It'd be better if I had a longer screwdriver to fit down in there. But anyways, so that's all you need for that. Let's go over to the Jeep. This is an easy job to do. You don't need to pull out the fan shroud or radiator or anything like that, or nothing. Just unhook your battery, and I've already installed my new one. So that's a 13 millimeter. That's your little 5.5s, and these are 13s. So you've got 4 of these bolts to undo. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 back in the hole there. Real simple. I didn't even unplug the wire limb from the back of the coil pack. I just lifted it up off there and held it out of the way. You can do everything from the bottom. Your spark plug is 5/8, so you'll need to pull the number 1 plug out. And that's about it for that. I did loosen this. I didn't take it all the way out. I loosened those as well. And to find top dead center, and I'm going to just kind of walk you through it. Your main camshaft down here is your main pulley that turns your engine over. It's a 3/4 inch, and you can fit doesn't have to be a deep well, a 3/8 ratchet. That's where you'll need 2 people. And I'm going to shine some light down there. That little ear, that's way down here. That's an ear that shows where the notch is on your flywheel. You do need to remove the belt. That's what you need the 1/2 inch ratchet for on the tensioner down there. Right there. And you'll just take the belt off. And you can visually see it. You got to have somebody on the ground turning the engine over while you're visualizing the notch and having your finger over the number 1 spark plug hole, because you'll hear the compression. That way you know you're on the compression stroke and not 180 off. So once you see that and you see the notch coming around on the pulley down there, and you tell them to stop, then you come back up, and then you can take off your bracket that's holding the sensor down. You can take that off. You can take the cap off, and your holes will line up. Now my old one, like I said, has the hole. The new one here does not have the hole. So the new one comes with a dummy cap. It came with it. I got mine from O'Reilly's. It came with, obviously you got to unplug it, but the new one came with a cap where you set this down and it keeps it from spinning. So the cap, this doesn't go on there. The cap has an arrow. Now I thought the arrow, because it came with no instructions, I thought the arrow pointed towards the front of the engine. It does not. It points towards the back because we put it in completely backwards. So when you set it down in there, you'll see it comes with the new one comes with that cap. It sets on there and it keeps it locked in place so you can originally set it down. Now these don't slide straight in and out. They've got a gear on them, so it'll kind of be twisted, and then you can slide it in place. And you want that to run with the engine block, but it points towards the back. Now the long screwdriver, if you look down inside there, once you've got this pulled out, if it's not lining up just right, you can stick the long screwdriver down in the hole there, and just, I'm talking like maybe a 1/16 at a time until you get it running with the engine block like this, pointed towards the back. Super easy. Once you get it there, you can slip your bracket on here, finger tighten it down, put your cap on, and plug it in. You want to tighten this down just a little bit more than finger tight, so we just put a little bit on there, and then fired it up. I mean, it's real simple. And then